Imagine this, you're a police officer in America. You've spent your entire career serving and protecting. You've seen the worst of humanity, violence, crime, chaos. Then disaster strikes. A massive wildfire destroys thousands of homes. Entire communities vanish in flames. You work day and night pulling people from danger, witnessing unimaginable suffering. In the midst of this darkness, exhausted and broken, you ask yourself, what is this all for? What's the meaning of all this pain? And then you meet someone different, a fellow officer wearing a hijab. She has something you've never seen before, a peace that radiates even in crisis, a certainty that calms the storm. That meeting changes everything. Before we unveil this extraordinary story, let's send blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad. Type Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the comments now, and may these salawat be our salvation on the Day of Judgment. Welcome to Roots of Islam. Hit that subscribe button because today's story will show you how tragedy became the doorway to truth for thousands of American women. Let me set the scene. America has faced devastating wildfires in recent years. California, Oregon, Washington, entire regions have burned. Thousands of homes reduced to ash. Families evacuated with only the clothes on their backs. But this story isn't really about the fire itself. It's about what happened after the flames. When disaster strikes, first responders are on the front lines. Police officers, firefighters, paramedics, working around the clock to save lives. Among them, thousands of female police officers. These women were tough, they had to be. Law enforcement isn't an easy career, especially for women in a male-dominated field. They'd proven themselves over and over. But this disaster was different. The scale of destruction was overwhelming. Children separated from parents. Elderly people trapped in evacuation centers. Communities that had existed for generations, gone in hours. The emotional toll was crushing. Many of these officers found themselves asking questions they'd never seriously considered before. Why does suffering exist? What's the point of this life? Is there something beyond this world? For some, these questions remained unanswered, creating a void that grew deeper every day. But for others, the questions led them somewhere unexpected. Among the thousands of female officers responding to the disaster was a woman named Sarah. Sarah was, like many of her colleagues, dedicated, tough professional. She'd been a cop for over a decade. She'd seen everything: domestic violence, gang crime, traffic fatalities. Nothing shocked her anymore, or so she thought. The wildfire response changed something inside Sarah. Seeing so much loss, so much pain, it broke through her armor. Late one night, sitting in her patrol car after a 16-hour shift, Sarah found herself crying. Not just crying, sobbing. All the years of bottled-up emotion came flooding out. "God, if you're there," she whispered into the darkness, "please show me something. Give me a reason to believe this all means something." That prayer, desperate, raw, sincere, was the beginning of everything. A few days later, Sarah was assigned to work with a community liaison officer named Amina, a Muslim woman who was coordinating relief efforts for displaced families. Amina wore hijab. She prayed at specific times during the day. She spoke with a calmness that seemed impossible given the chaos around them. Sarah was curious. "How do you stay so peaceful?" she asked one day during a break. Amina smiled. "My faith," she said simply. "I believe Allah is in control, even when things look hopeless. That belief gives me strength." Sarah wanted to dismiss it. She'd never been religious, but something in Amina's words resonated. Over the following weeks, Sarah kept asking questions. Amina patiently answered, never pushing, just sharing. She explained Islam's core belief. Tawheed, that there is one God, Allah, who created everything with purpose, that life's hardships are tests, that this world is temporary, but the soul is eternal. For the first time in years, Sarah felt something stir inside her, hope. The moment of transformation. One evening, Amina invited Sarah to visit a local mosque. Sarah hesitated but agreed. Walking into the prayer hall, Sarah was struck by the atmosphere. Women from different backgrounds, Arab, South Asian, African, Hispanic, white, all standing shoulder to shoulder in prayer. No hierarchy, no judgment, just unity before God. After the prayer, several women welcomed Sarah warmly. They invited her to ask questions, offered her Islamic books, and shared their own conversion stories. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about what she'd witnessed, the peace, the sisterhood, the purpose. She started reading about Islam. The more she learned, the more everything made sense. The concept of one God, the structure of daily prayers, the moral guidelines, the purpose of life. 3 months after that first conversation with Amina, Sarah made her decision. She recited the Shahada. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Sarah had found what she'd been searching for her entire life: truth. Now here's where the story gets really interesting. After embracing Islam, Sarah made a bold decision. She would wear hijab to work. She knew what this meant. She'd face questions, stares, maybe even discrimination. But she also knew that her faith was more important than people's opinions. On her first day back at the police station wearing hijab, the reaction was exactly what she expected. Silence, stares, whispers. As Sarah walked through the station, her fellow officers' jaws dropped. Some looked confused, others looked uncomfortable. A few even laughed nervously. "Sarah, is that you?" one officer called out. "What's with the headscarf?" "It's called a hijab," Sarah replied calmly. "I've embraced Islam." The laughter got louder. "You're kidding, right? You're a cop, Sarah. You can't be Muslim." "Why not?" Sarah asked, genuinely curious. The officer stammered, unable to give a real answer. The lunchroom debates over the following days, Sarah became the center of attention, not because of her work, but because of her hijab. In the lunchroom, female officers would approach her with questions ranging from curious to confrontational. "Aren't you hot in that thing? Does your husband make you wear it? Don't you feel oppressed?" Sarah answered every question with patience and grace. "I wear it by choice," she explained. "It's my way of honoring God and protecting my modesty. No one forces me." "But what about feminism?" another officer challenged. "Isn't covering yourself anti-feminist?" Sarah smiled. "Feminism is about choice, right? I'm choosing to dress modestly. How is that anti-feminist? Besides, Islam gave women rights 1,400 years ago. Inheritance, education, business ownership. The Prophet Muhammad's first wife was a successful businesswoman. The debates continued for weeks, but something interesting started happening. The change others noticed. While some officers remained skeptical, others began noticing something different about Sarah. She was calmer, more patient. She didn't lose her temper anymore. She volunteered for difficult assignments. She showed compassion, even to suspects and criminals. One officer named Jessica, who'd initially been one of Sarah's biggest critics, couldn't ignore the transformation. Jessica had known Sarah for years. They'd worked together on tough cases, shared the stress of the job, vented about their lives. But this Sarah was different, radically different. "Sarah," Jessica asked one day, pulling her aside, "what happened to you? And I don't mean the hijab, I mean you. You're like a completely different person." Sarah looked at her friend with warmth. "I found peace, Jessica. I found purpose. Islam gave me both." Jessica frowned. "But how? How does religion do that?" "It's not just religion," Sarah explained. "It's a relationship with God. It's knowing that everything, the good, the bad, the tragedies we see every day, it all has meaning. We're being tested, refined, prepared for something greater." Jessica went quiet, processing Sarah's words. That conversation planted a seed. Word spread quickly through the police department. "Did you hear about Sarah?" "Yeah, she's Muslim now. She wears that head thing to work." But as time passed, the gossip transformed into genuine curiosity. Other female officers started approaching Sarah, not to argue, but to understand. One officer named Maria had been watching Sarah from a distance. Maria had grown up Catholic but felt spiritually empty. Church didn't resonate with her anymore. She'd been searching for something more. One day, Maria worked up the courage to approach Sarah during a break. "Sarah, can I ask you something personal?" "Of course," Sarah replied. "Do you really believe in all this? God, heaven, hell, do you genuinely believe it's real?" Sarah looked at Maria seriously. "Maria, I don't just believe it, I know it. Every time I pray, every time I read the Quran, every time I see beauty in creation, I feel God's presence. It's not blind faith, it's certainty." Maria's eyes welled up. "I want that. I want to feel certain about something." Sarah smiled gently. "Then start searching, Maria. Ask God to guide you. If you're sincere, He will." The study circle begins. Sarah started hosting informal Islamic study sessions during lunch breaks. At first, only 2 or 3 women attended. They'd sit in the break room, and Sarah would answer their questions. What do Muslims believe? Why do you pray 5 times a day? What's the Quran about? What does Islam say?